All right, let's bring in our expert panels to discuss. Host of Wise Guys, John Tabacco. John, people don't realize you were on Wall Street for decades. So if anybody knows money and economy, it's you. Also another very smart lady when it comes to finances. Global business consultant Hillary Fordwich of Hillary Fordwich. Steelmark.com, is that your correct website? So John, talk to me. Your reaction first to that job report.
Well, look, Bob hit it right on the head. You know, a lot of these jobs are kind of fluff jobs. They're the result of all this illegal immigration and not shutting down the border. And you can't one-up Bob Sellers. He's the man. But I do want to remind viewers that on October 19th, I was on with Bianca on this show, and Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell said exactly this, quote, "Inflation remains too high. Bringing it down to the Fed's target level will require a slower growing economy and job market." And he noted that inflation had cooled significantly. Now, Lydia, their only tool to fight inflation, which he says is still going on, is raising rates. And he's saying he wants to cool off the job market. And the job market is still raging. So that's why the market was off 500 yesterday, because they know that he has to raise rates to fight the job market, only because he actually said it.
It's absolutely incredible. The inflation, you can't even go, Hillary, to the grocery store with $100, right, and buy anything. Then we're seeing in California, right, Governor Gavin Newsom, he's acting like he's this big hero, right, because he raised the minimum wage there to $20 an hour. But, you know, now there's massive layoffs and in some of his own, you know, I mean, what do you think about that?
Yes, there are terrible layoffs across California. You're also hearing that their mom and pops are being put out of business. The big firms, of course, they're investing in AI. That enables them, of course, to succeed. So actually, it's going to hurt mom and pop businesses to a greater extent. And in addition, what I would say about that $100 you mentioned not going far, does our audience and do you believe these BLS statistics, the Bureau of Labor Statistics, or do you believe Challenger Gray and Christmas? They are an outplacement firm, Lydia, and they have said that in the first quarter, in March alone, there were 90,309 job losses, 7% higher than February. And last year, 10 out of 12 months, there were revisions of those government numbers. So the Federal Reserve Bank of Philadelphia, they're no fools. What did they say? From their research, ready? Last third quarter of last year, they say there were only 186,000 jobs added, not the 646,000 claimed by the government. So my point is, who do you believe? Do you believe the outplacement firm and the Federal Reserve Bank of Philadelphia or those government statistics?
Exactly, and or believe your lying eyes, right, in your bank accounts and your wallets. I mean, we see what's going on. John Tabacco, we also see what's going on here, even in New York City. We're seeing all of these illegal aliens coming in, the Biden administration opening the doors, the floodgates. You think that's all part of this, too, to kind of bolster up the jobs report and the economy and say, look at all the jobs we added, but these are low-level jobs?
Yeah, that's for sure. Hey, look, you know what, Lydia? Hillary always makes these great points. AI is starting to take over the American workforce. I walk out of Newsmax and go across the street to McDonald's for a Big Mac, and now you have to put it in a machine, and then it comes out to you without a person. And Hillary also said something perfect. All these stats come out of the Bureau of Labor and Statistics, the BLS. And I always say we should leave out the L because BS is what they feed to us all the time. If you take into account the revisions, there's no 600,000 jobs. There's almost 200,000. And those 200,000 that just got a raise to $20 an hour, the majority of them are illegal immigrants that Joe Biden and his friends want to come in, take our jobs, and also they want them to vote.
Unbelievable. Hillary, before I let you go, 99-cent stores, they're shutting down. They're planning on closing about 371 stores across the U.S. What do you think about that? You can't even buy anything for $1 anymore.
No, of course you can't. And to John's point, and thank you very much, John. John just reiterated at the beginning there what I said about AI. This is all about the biggest stores that have the biggest revenue. What can they do? They have the budgets to invest in AI. So stores that are selling things for under $1, of course, there's such a low profit margin. They don't have that sort of bandwidth nor those sort of funds to invest in AI. You're going to see them go out of business and more mom and pop stores across America.
All right, John Tabacco, Hillary Fordwich, thank you guys so much for joining us.
Thank you, Lydia. Thank you, John.